It is almost over. This is the second to last video that I'm going to do. I'm going to answer a few questions. Thank you for the comments. Number one, when you see the record, it's wins, ties, losses. I know it's so European. I know I'm in the United States, but I just can't help it. So it's win, tie, losses. Number two, some teams have told me, hey, Luis, the schedule is not updated. So what sometimes happens is I get all my games from the USCAA website. If the games are not updated there, I don't have them. So what I've decided to do is I was 1 week behind. I took all the games and I updated 2 weeks at a time. Okay, so now everything should be updated up to the 25th. Anything after that, it is not updated. But if your games are not on the USCAA website, I am not updating them. Outside of that, the last question that I had is, hey, Luis, why aren't your national rankings that you do and your who's in and out show the same teams? So the explanation is very simple. The strength of schedule is based on the games that you play, the quality opponent that you play, and then you get so many points. Some teams have 19 games, some teams have 8 games, so the strength of schedule, the points, is going to be different. What I do in the who's in and out, I don't look at the total amount of games because teams play different games. I look at what is the quality of the wins based on the number of games that they have played and who are the teams that are most deserving to go based on the overall quality. Also, I count the quality as in like if you have 8 games and 7 of them are against nationally ranked teams and you've played 19 games and all of them are against cupcakes, the team with 8 is going to be higher than the team with 19, right? Because you are trying to give a national team berth. Plus, community colleges play less games than 4-year colleges as well. Okay, but that's how I balance it all out. Here are the national rankings for week 6. Looking forward to see who makes it to a national championship. Tomorrow, a new edition of Who's In and Who's Out. Thank you for watching. World Life College this week, no games played, yearly record fairly solid. They moved down one spot. The strength of schedule is definitely out there. They are one of the 6 teams I'm considering into the national championship right now. Southern Maine also moved down a spot, no games this week, yearly record fantastic, strength of the schedule pretty good, and they have 2 really important games upcoming in the next week. Penn State Lehigh Valley lost the only game they had this week. Going into the Penn State Conference, they're the 3rd team. There's never been 3 teams that have made it from the Penn State Conference to a national championship, so they're going to have to be one of the other 2 teams on top of them. Central Maine Community College, they play this week. They had a loss. However, the strength of schedule is pretty good. The yearly record is very solid, and they got 2 upcoming games that can get them into the sub 6 nationally. Penn State New Kensington, perfect week, 2 wins out of 2 games, yearly record fantastic. They are the number 2 seed right now in the Penn State Conference. Let's see what happens in that tournament in the next week. Central Penn split the week, 1 win, 1 loss, yearly record very solid. Right now we're just kind of waiting to see where they are in their conference, but they're definitely one of the teams right now with an automatic bid to a national championship. I don't have a vote, but I think Cincinnati Clermont should be one of the top 6 teams making it. Fantastic year. This week, no games played, but their yearly record is fantastic, and they play a very, very tough competition this year. Penn State Brandywine, they 2 years ago they won the national championship. They're the number 1 team in their conference right now, going with the number 1 seed, and they are very close to getting another national championship bid. Berkeley College played one game this week, won that game, yearly record, 13 wins, 3 losses, strength of schedule, very good. They have 2 games left to see where they place in the seeding. Johnson and Wales Charlotte got their first loss. Who beat them? One of the best Division 1s in the country, UNC Charlotte. So it took one of the top 25 teams in the entire country for them to get a loss. Not bad. Not bad at all. Central University of California, it's one of the teams that right now they are picking up new players. I talked to the coach this week. They're bringing solid players. They might not make it this year, but absolutely the next few years, look at them to make a big run. Miner, they broke even during the week. 1 win, 1 loss, yearly record fairly solid. They still have an outside chance to get an R-large bid to the national championship. They need to win the games that they have left and hope that some results go their way. Ryan Stroud Syracuse, just a puzzling team, a team that is good, a team that has won national championships, but a team that have just played very few games. They got really key game this upcoming week. Let's see if they can pull up a few more wins and get more games under the belt. Salem University, they tied the week, 1 week, 1 loss. They play in one of the toughest conferences in the country, just had a rough year. Let's see if they can pull out a few more wins and maybe they will qualify as one of the top 6 seeds. Atlantic University didn't play a game this week. Hopefully they'll pick up a few more weeks in the Florida region, but this is a team that it could get one national berth. Year 1, getting a national berth will not be bad at all. University meant for Ken, move up 2 spots, perfect week, 2 games played, 2 wins, yearly record fairly solid. Another team like Rochester, they just haven't played a lot of games this year for some reason, so hopefully they'll play a few more before the year is over. Leon, they started slow, but they pick up really big results. They've won 7 of their last 8 games, their weekly record. Another win, very strong strength of schedule, very close to getting a national championship berth. Rochester, currently the best Bryan and Stratton branch, 2 games played, 2 wins, huge upcoming game this upcoming week. If they win that game, they could move up to number 2 nationally, which would be very important depending what Florida National University does. Talking about number 2, Shaw repeats there, 1 week, 1 loss, very strong strength of schedule. They're definitely very close to getting that national championship berth with just 2 games to play in the schedule. But the number 1 team, and it's been the number 1 team all year long, Florida National University. Last time I did this show, they chose not to come to the USCAA National Championship. Would they decide to do that again? Fantastic record, ranked number 12 in the NAI and nationally right now as well. For the 3rd week in a row, Johnson & Wales and Florida National University retain 1 and 2. Nothing has changed there. Shaw and Cincinnati Claremont retain 5 and 6. For the 3rd week in a row, Berkeley and Penn State Brandywine switch positions. This is there's not a lot of difference between one of them. You can argue for one or the other. I went with strength of schedule, and that's where Berkeley right now it's ahead, but obviously that might change soon. Central Penn move up 2 spots to number 7. Bryan and Stroud Rochester moves down one spot to number 8. Penn State New Kensington moved down one spot, and the only newcomer this week, Central Maine Community College, moves out 4 spots. So that's it. I got one more week, and after 1 week, then it starts getting real. Then teams start playing for a national championship, which is what really excites me. Any questions, please reach out to me. As always, thank you for watching, and I am looking forward to see who makes it to the national championship in the next 2 weeks.